It was the last weekend of April 2012. 60,000 comic and pop culture fans invaded Calgary's BMO Centre.
The Calgary Comic and Entertainment Expo, in one word, would be awesomeness. I like to use the terminology full frontal nerdity at its finest, where all men, women, and children are created equal.
This year, the expo brought out the big guns, landing the entire cast of Star Trek: The Next Generation for their 25th anniversary. They joined dozens of other celebrities and artists.
This is the ultimate fan experience, and that's what we try to do every year. Pretty much we provide fans of comic books, science fiction, video games, anime, fantasy, a chance to meet the creators and the media guests who have created some of the greatest characters of all time.
It's the best introduction I've had all day. Thanks folks for showing up. What are you doing in my room? It's a bit bigger than the cave now.
As a kid, you watch different cartoons, you read different comics. Like, that's really the base of what it is that we're doing right now. And we're kind of reintroducing, I guess, the older crowd to pop culture and introducing for the first time, you know, to the younger generation, like, hey, this is some really, really cool stuff. Well, the very first year was very interesting. We were at the Big Four building. We had about 3,400 people that went to the show, and it was a very big show at that point in time, which is really, really good. I always had a larger vision in terms of... It's not for me, unfortunately. But we had a lot of people that were very happy with what happened in that first year. It was only a one-day show. And now, fast forward to now, in 2012, we've got the entire BMO facility, so we've got so much more square footage, and we're already having capacity issues just because of what it is that we've been doing.
We have Robert Englund, horror film icon who played Freddy Krueger. We have Stan Lee, the Marvel Comics legend. We have Hayden Panettiere, who was a cheerleader from Heroes. We have Jamie and Oliver Phelps, who are the Weasley twins. We have comic book creators, so many great vendors, so many great comic book vendors. It's just amazing.
Calgary, for one thing, doesn't have a whole lot of events like this in terms of like heavy arts and entertainment. And obviously the way that we build it is it's very guest heavy. This is the reason why people are coming to the show. You know, they want to see the guys like the Stan Lees, the Patrick Stewarts, the Adam West, and so forth. And we've been able to create a pretty good reputation for ourselves that we're actually able to bring these people in. Because a lot of these guys, they won't talk to you unless you're either a certain size or a certain reputation.
14-year-old Crispin is one of the fans who's hoping to get close to some expo celebrities.
I look like that in the morning, especially when I'm angry and I don't want to go to school. I like comics because I like how they take reality and sort of twist it up in their twisted ways. The art sort of tells a story by itself. You don't really need words to describe it.
Crispin is a special guest of the Comic Expo, thanks to Make-A-Wish.
Sickle cell is this disease. It's not contagious. It's where my blood cells are shaped sort of like a banana, and it's like a lack of oxygen or something, and they block my veins, and that's what causes pain. And I've had it ever since I was born. I have pain in my muscles because when it blocks my veins, I get like swelling sometimes, and it really hurts. Sometimes I'll have to go to the hospital, and I have pills that I take at home to manage it. I want to see Stan Lee. He's cool. Like, it's funny how he's like in almost every Marvel movie. Like, he shows up randomly. Like, the superhero will jump off a building and land on the ground, and Stan Lee is there, and he's like...
So over here we have, we split it up with Independence, and then we have Marvel, and then we DC.
Crispin sets out to explore the expo floor. 150,000 square feet of collectors and artists who are trying to build their brands.
The crowds are pretty nutty always, but you know, it's a real sensory overload when you're doing one of these shows. I'm Lori B. I'm a pinup artist. I just go by Lori B because my last name is ridiculous to pronounce. I've got my friends and family here to help me make sure things run smoothly, and I couldn't do it without them, because it's I don't know how many people got in the door here today, 50, 60,000, who maybe more. I'm just one person, and I've got 3 open tables. I can't do it all myself, so it's a little exhausting, but you're usually running on adrenaline. I'm kind of modeling after the old pinup masters, Gil Elfgren and the Vargas girls and all those kind of classics. I grew up on a farm in central Alberta, and I'm the youngest of 8 children, and we all just kind of had to find our own amusement. We didn't have McDonald's or skate park or 7-Eleven to hang out at, so we just entertained ourselves. I have an older brother that I attribute a lot of what I've learned from him, because he had the patience. He's 10 years older than me, but he was the other artist in the family, and he gave me a lot of the training, and we would lay on the floor with our sketchbooks and just doodling, just having fun. And so there was never a doubt in my mind that I would do art for a living. I guess I was very good at drawing the female form, and a lot of fans would just kind of come to me and say, like, hey, could you draw, you know, Wonder Woman for me? And I got a lot of requests for female characters. So an event this size is beneficial to me because it's, again, more profile, more awareness out in the community. This gets my art into the hands of, you know, other Calgarians and people who've come from beyond that, which I've met several here this weekend and at other shows, that it gets my art on their walls.
As Lori B meets her fans, Crispin is getting the full expo experience.
Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3.
I just really like how everybody can come here and just dress up how they want. No one can really say anything. Yeah! Golf cart.
Crispin's on his way to a fan panel for the TV show Inner Space.
I want to see AJ Fry, because I watch Space a lot, and there's some shows on Space that I really like.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Inner Space.
Just as Crispin and his family arrive at the panel, they get a surprise.
I'd like to bring a new friend up to the stage. His name is Crispin. I understand he just arrived. Some of you might know that I used to be on YTV about 4 years ago. How old are you now, Crispin?
14.
14, so about 4 years ago you would have been 10 years old, my target demographic. And evidently you used to watch cartoons on Saturday morning.
Yeah.
Did you have a favorite cartoon?
SpongeBob.
That's pretty much everyone's favorite cartoon. We love SpongeBob. You can go hang out in the crowd, or do you want to stay up here on the panel with us for the rest of this? Your choice, your call. Yeah! Well,
Crispin's surprise appearance on the Inner Space panel is cut short when he's called to his next celebrity meeting.
it's time to go and meet Stan Lee. So, you are excused, my friend, for the utmost perfect reason. So nice to meet you, Crispin.
If I run faster than that kid, and get there first and say, hi, I'm Crispin, I get to meet Stan Lee. Thank you very much, everybody. Nice to see you. Enjoy your space.
Bye, Crispin.
Crispin is part of a select group of Expo fans who get to meet their idols in Calgary every year.
In 2010, I got to fist bump Leonard Nimoy. Spock fist bumped me. I was like, kept it cool, but once I got into the elevator, I just flipped out. Just the geek in me started squealing like crazy. In 2008, I got to drive around George Takei, so I get these little like human moments with the guests as well too. Sometimes I try to get an autograph or two, but most importantly, it's just me hearing about how great the fans' experience is, and our attendees, and our exhibitors, and our guests.
Celebrity meetings may be a highlight, but the core of the Comic Expo is comics, and they're collectors.
We do about 20, 24 shows a year. And Calgary is by far the best show that we've done. Personally, I've got over 100,000 comics in my own collection. And my friend that runs this stuff, he's got 50, 60,000, and we got our sales stuff here. I started reading comics as a kid, like most people my age did. You know, in the late 60s, early 70s, you read comics as a kid. And I got out of it for a couple of years, but started reading again and, you know, just started building up a vast accumulation of a collection. And then I, you know, upgrade my comics, so I had spares. I started doing some shows, and I bought guys' collection, had more stuff for my collection, more stuff for shows, and it's progressed to what it is now. When I first started, it was tough because it was all my stuff, and even though they were duplicates, it was tough to sell. But you kind of let it go. You can only hold so much stuff at home. I've got a lot of the key #1 issues from the Silver Age of comics, which is from '56 to 1969. You know, I've got Spider-Man's first appearance, Fantastic Four first appearance, Legion of Superheroes first appearance. So I've got a lot of key issues, which are always a prized possession, and they're nice grades too. My holy grail is obviously Action Comics #1, Superman's very first appearance. But even in low grade, it's $300,000, $400,000. I mean, I could buy you a house. We've been doing these shows for years and years, and somebody says, you know, I'm looking for this issue for years and years. Do you have it? Yes, we do. And you can see the joy in the people's faces. So not only were we making money, but I also feel good because the people are looking for something themselves. Because I've had that same feeling. I don't care if you're into gaming or role-playing or costume play, cosplay, or collecting comic books. It gets bigger and bigger here every year here in Calgary.
Today was really cool because other than like on Saturday, what I usually do is sleep. Today I woke up really early and I came to the Comic Expo, and I had a really good time looking at everything that people have made, and it's kind of inspiring too.
Crispin's long day is almost over. He's toured the floor, saw costume cosplayers, and met his Inner Space host, AJ Fry. Stan Lee is finally ready. This is the moment Crispin's been waiting for all day.
Hey, Kristen, glad to meet you. How are you? What a good-looking guy. Son of a gun. I don't like to pose with people who are better looking than I am. You mind getting out of the picture? Come here.
Oh man, I'm so excited.
Well, you should be.
Yeah, I'm totally gonna remember this forever. Because you really can't forget something like this. If you forgot something like this, there's something wrong with you.
Crispin got his wish. The crowds were huge and lineups long, but Crispin and 60,000 other fans got a little bit closer to the creators, artists, and icons of this year's expo. Organizers are already promising to make 2013 even bigger.
What I could tell you about 2013 is we're going to hopefully solve a lot of our operational stuff. We do have a couple people that we have lined up that we're hoping are going to be as big as what we have this year. That's the #1 question that we get right now is like, how are you going to top this, right?